show us how to do like a portrait, like a face?
A face? Yeah, faces are tricky, but I can show you. Yeah, someone sit down like right there, kind of close. Well, you shouldn't pose. You're the one who asked, right?
Whatever you want.
So the trick to it is to like stand a little closer, so we can focus on that. So the trick to the face is to get it looking human first, and then make it look like a portrait, right? So I'm not going to guarantee like a likeness, though a likeness is kind of what you're eventually going for. And if you look like at an angle, that makes it easier for me to show off the form, right? So things like glasses and hats and hair are difficulties and opportunities at the same time, right? Yeah. So they give you opportunity to show extra form, but they kind of also screw you up at first. So the idea first is that for a head, you want a whole head, right? You want the whole overall form, right? Boom, the whole thing. And you want a neck coming off of that that's connected to something, right? If you have like a floating face, you're in trouble, right? So you want to build this from the component parts. So what you can do is you can kind of see the corners of the face to get the overall face shape. She's kind of looking up, or like she's above me, right? So I kind of have to incorporate this form around the face, like, so I'm thinking it's kind of like that, like on a globe, like the equator line. I'm below the equator, right? And I know that the ear is going to hit that line, right? Then I have the luxury of, having someone who's wearing a hat, so I can immediately include the hat in there, right? And then, so what you can kind of do is subdivide it. So you know that the corner of the face is like here, right? And the eyes are going to be like here and here, right? So now what I do is I find the center between the eyes, right there, and track that down the head and over. Okay, so now I've subdivided it. So I found like my equator line and my intersecting line on the form, right? Cool. And I have the basic corner. Now what I do is I sketch out the proportions of mouth, nose, eyes, eyebrows, right? And then hairline. So you want to treat the hair as a helmet with strands. Okay, see it start to emerge? The proportions are all there now. Okay, then I want the jaw in there as well. So now there's several component forms that I'm dealing with. Dealing with one form like that's kind of, if I were to box it out, it would be kind of like this. And the eyes go somewhere in here, right? It's kind of crazy looking, right? But that's the form you deal with. And then I have another form that echoes it, that's like that. And I have the mouth form that's there, where the mouth is, right? So we can make those a little more elegant for the purposes of demonstration. But essentially you want to get the temples in there, right? And then the mouth form kind of goes from above the nostrils and down. A bunch of muscles there, right? To the bottom of the chin. And that form kind of like will overlap the far cheek. So what I want to be sure to do is treat the eye as a sphere within the skull, right? I don't want to treat it as like this almond-shaped thing. So I found the eyebrow location, so I'm going to get a little brave with that, just to start anchoring it there. I found the eye. So you're in a process of searching, right? So I want to make sure that this eye sinks back into the head, even though, you know, she kind of has.
What do I have?
They're not as deep set as mine. You know, my nose kind of like sticks out really far in the
Asian,
corner of my
yeah.
eye. Yeah, it's the Asian thing, right? Doesn't really matter. It's the same for everybody. Same concept that we're working with. There, found the cheek. Okay. So now what I want to do is just indicate the direction of the pupil, right? Looks a little creepy at first, but that's okay. Cool. Haven't done this in a while. So next what I want to do is make sure that the nose becomes a form, right? And I can kind of see here I kind of want to box it out a little bit, but keep it rounded. Make sure that the nostrils kind of adhere to that form. So, corner of the pupils, corner of the mouth. We're pretty close on this one. Kind of made, I think I did the bottom lip line okay, but not the top. There, that's better. Make sure that that forms in. Boom. There. Now, I've kind of established most of the locations of everything, right? So I can overlay the hair now. Just kind of this cool, crazy mass. Then I kind of want to establish the neck too. Make sure that she has a neck. That's sort of important in life. So for the actual throat, you can kind of make that a separate little cylinder. And then I know that there are sternomastoid muscles coming down there that meet at the the clavicle line. Boom. What's that?
Nothing.
She's
Or the
correcting
sternum-
you.
No, it's the sternocleidomastoid.
Yeah.
Or the sternoclavicle meat.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So,
Thought of something
Yeah.
like this. That's really what it is.
this process takes a little while, right? There we go. Hat coming around, boom. And make sure that she has a cranium.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah, right? A little extra material on the hat. Okay, so there we go. We're about there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Missy.
it's a little rough. I haven't done this in a while, and it's not exactly like my artistic specialty, but there we go. So now I can find shadow core and sort of start to immediately posterize if I want to take it further.
No, you have a beard.
You just need to
you mean a
erase
5
all
o'clock
the,
shadow?
the wrinkles.
Well, if I go for a full like value drawing, those will become irrelevant with time, right?
Yeah, all blend in.
It's just like you in 40 years.
So the glasses are something that you want to eliminate for a while, right?
Those glasses will make you go crazy or what?
Yeah.
It's part of me. You need
Yeah.
to draw it.
Yeah, but drawing them is not a problem. Like, so what you want to do is remember just box them out, right? So boom, there, and I don't want it to like screw up the.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be you in 40 years with those glasses on. That's
The exact
it's
same
just gonna be
everything.
so-
I don't know. They're all like hip glasses or
They
whatever.
are hip
What was we done
glasses.
today? That's alright, dude. I already started.
Cool. So you get the glasses in, right? Yeah, it definitely is like my scratchiness
Do
of
I want to
drawing.
look?
My scratchiness of drawing style has like aged you a little bit, but
Pretty nice.
You know.
Not
For
good
this
enough.
view, it does not look horrible at all.
No.
Looks like an Asian link.
yeah. Yeah. It kind of does, right?
Thank God my hair's not blonde.
Oh my god.
But anyway,
Hey, I would take
so
that off of it.
Hipster Link.
here you would try to create some elegance of line here if you wanted, and that is what would kind of take this away
there you
from
go.
aging things, right? Kind of bind a few forms. Boom. Then the lip lines are always tough because you want to create this harsh line, but they're really not that harsh. And then you always want to make sure that you kind of get this little corner form and that the hairline is right. I need to move the hair a little bit. Too much space. See what I'm saying? And you have a shadow under the hair. Yada yada. And then add in sort of the cheek line, the overlap here.
She looks sad.
I am sad.
Continue.
She's a sad, sad person.
Kind of looks like the dude from Fast and Furious. The Asian from Fast and Furious.
Anyway,
Haven't seen that.
You seem like old
so
ones.
Mhm.
there you go. And then, wherever there's clothes, don't be afraid to draw in the clothes. Okay. So the more layers and the more passes you get, the closer and closer you get to what the person actually looks like. Like spending another 30 minutes on this, we could get something pretty reasonable, reasonably approximating a portrait. But that's the basic start. So you start human, start blocks, and then work your way towards likeness. Right? Yeah.
Very cool.
No problem. That's like the mega figure drawing crash course /
Very
portrait.
cool.